So if you just want to start by telling me who you are and what you're doing in the lip sync.
I'm Faye McDonald and I'm in the Candyman dance.
I'm Evan Gately and I'm in the Hello Dance.
I'm Katie McCorley and I'm a backing dancer in the Hello Dance.
Yeah. Okay. And what I've heard a lot of stuff like across the social media pages from the school and from external sources. Why is this lip sync such a big deal? Because I've seen lip syncs been done before in GAA clubs and the like, and they're good. But what makes this one so special? What makes it as big of an event as people are saying it will be?
Well, I think that all the students are doing this like themselves. We're all involved in it, and it's the first school production ever in Ireland, you know, in a secondary school in Ireland, and it's a proper professional production by LipSync Battles Ireland. And yeah, like everyone's getting involved. People you wouldn't think who would be up on the stage are getting involved. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to get involved, get up on stage, and boost your confidence. Really.
Yes, I understand the why. I know the school has done musicals in the previous few years, but I understand why having an outlet like this during the year is really great. During TY especially, to kind of get out of your shell and put yourself out there, and sometimes with very good results. But what do you think will make this? It was the idea of a musical becoming too stale within the school. Were people like getting sick of it, and this is just a new lease on life for the school, taking it in a different direction?
Yeah, I think it's a fresh idea.
Yeah, we didn't know at the beginning because everyone's so used to doing a musical, and we all thought we were going to be doing a musical.
So you were surprised when you came back?
Yeah.
Okay. And looking at it now, when we're a week out or less, do you think that it was the right decision, or do you think that a musical suits the school better?
I think it was a good decision because everyone has to get involved with
And
it.
it's a lot easier to get involved because you don't have to be good at singing or whatever to get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And you didn't have to audition for it like you would for a musical. You could kind of choose a group and do it rather than being...
So you're saying like the ability to just pick a group and be involved in direct contact with like your closest friends and people who you're getting close to throughout the year, like so you're saying that's a really attractive factor for it, and what would make it successful in other schools if it was to become a trend as the musicals did.
And another thing is you can pick your own song, choreograph your own dance, and like in a musical you kind of have to do everything that's your
script.
Exactly. It's either
it's
just the one musical
It's a very set structure.
You have a lot of freedom in a lip sync battle, you know.
And that's, I suppose it is a very attractive factor to the idea of doing lip syncs in schools instead of musicals. Can you tell me whether from the school's management standpoint, whether it's a better investment, the fact that it's a one night only event and that you're bringing people in to do professionally or semi-professionally at least, rather than doing a 3 or 4 day musical for the same or more cost on the school's end? Because you can drive sales for a one night event because it's so exclusive. Do you think that's a good selling point for the school's management, why it could be a more popular choice than a musical?
Yeah, I think so, especially because there's teachers involved, so if they was on for more than one night,
they might not be able to be involved for every night.
And people would know what the teachers' acts are, because we don't know. Nobody will know until the night and what the teachers are doing.
Yeah, no one wants to like miss out on it because it's only one night show, as you said, and you don't want to miss something like that, and because everyone's going to be raving on about it, I'm sure, the next day. So
you feel like you're missing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and also like there isn't like it's not as stressful, I don't think, as a musical, because we've done, like, they've always been done every year, and you know they turn out being great in the end, but it's just
There's
something different. Yeah, there is, because there's so much work and so much choreography and songs and learning lines and everything. So
yeah, because I get what you're saying. Where I'm heavily involved in the promotion of this lip sync, and I know we're a week out or less than a week out, and while it is busy and stressful, it is not as stressful as I've seen when we were a week out from musicals in the past, because you're not worrying about sets, you're not worrying about as many props, you're not worrying about as many costumes, you're not relying on as many other people, because it's such an internal thing where a lot of the work has been done by our school year. There's no sponsorship, there's no external influences that could throw off the production of it within the school. The only people who are coming in are Lip Sync Battles Ireland, who really know what they're doing and are a huge asset to this lip sync, because it's taking it from a very amateur production exactly to nearly semi-professional, I would say. But yeah, I can see why it is an attractive, and what you said about the unmissable one night event, we'll say, is a strong selling point when you're driving when you're trying to drive ticket sales. So I can see why it's a influential factor in why a school would do a lip sync instead of a musical.
Yeah, and I think another thing is that it kind of brings everyone closer. It's like an event where everyone kind of has to work as a team, even if you're not friends before. Like
you definitely will be after.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and everyone just has to work together, you know, and pull it off, you know.
Yeah, because you're all working towards a common goal in making sure.
And everyone has like an incentive to work. There's no one like kind of lagging behind doing nothing.
Yeah, because it's a very individual. It's a very individual based show. Like there's nowhere to hide really, because you're on stage with 3 or 4 others, and that's it. There's no one else. So everyone has to pull their weight, or it just won't work.
Yeah, exactly.
So just another question in relation to the idea of a lip sync as a whole. Do you think it will become the new trend, like the idea of a musical did I don't know what it was, 5 or 8 years ago? Do you think that it will be this new thing that schools across the country will start doing instead of a musical? Do you think it's like do you think it has the potential to become a nationwide success? Like,
yeah, definitely. And it's just as fun as a musical as well, so it's just as enjoyable. And like we said before, you know, everyone gets involved. So
yeah, I think it's a really good idea, like, and it takes a lot of hassle off the teachers as well, and sometimes it can be less expensive because you don't have to buy rights for scripts, and rights they can be really expensive.
Yeah, I get your rights can be one of the biggest expenses for a musical. And another big point as well is with our just a big thanks to the Radison Blu Athlone, because they've really kind of pulled together and they've coordinated with us to make this a bigger event than we could within the school.
Yeah, exactly.
So now it's accessible to the public more so than it would be if it was based in the school.
In the gym,
it was in the like not everyone knows.
And we won't be able to fit as many people.
Yeah. And they might be a bit more comfortable in there, and just be able to relax, have something to eat, have
it's a purpose.
7-Up.
It's purpose built facility for this kind of thing, for events like this. But Yeah, so, big thank you to them. But do you think that the fact, and I know I've brought this up before, but the fact that it's a one night only event, do you think that really lowers the amount of stress within the school community, not just on the teachers, but on the cast and the people who are involved? If you're, say, then instead of doing a 3 or 4 night musical, that you're doing a one night lip sync, do you think that takes a lot of stress off? Or would you be worried that you only get one chance to do it right? What's your school of thought on that?
It does take stress off, but it also, because it's everyone's, like, they've one chance to do it right, it means, I think, that people will put in more effort or be more cautious and, like, really because it's their last because it's their last time. It's like doing it their first and their last time.
Yeah, there's no like middle day.
No one can repeat TY, so we all wanna like
and you won't be able to
this is your only chance.
Exactly. And especially that, like, most of our family, our parents, our brothers and sisters, like, relations are all coming to see us, so we all want to put on the best show that we can. And it's some of their first lip sync battles, and we want to leave a good impression.
There'll be a buzz as well. Everyone will be excited.
And there's going to be Alan Short. He's the MC on the night, and I've heard that he's some comedian, so that's going to add some excitement to it as well. Yeah,
I know. We hope to do another one of these discussions, we'll say, with Keane Sweeney Mulhall and get his perspective, as he's a judge. So we're getting his perspective. What does he expect from the night? But and we obviously have Mary O'Rourke and Ray Collins coming in to judge alongside Keane, and I really think they can bring really bring a lot of entertainment value and good drama backgrounds to the lip sync. So we look forward to that. But I was just wondering, in relation to the fact that Lip Sync Battles Ireland are investing so much into this lip sync, that we are the premiere of the school lip sync, the idea of the school lip sync, and they will be recording the show and using it as their own promotional content for this school's lip sync. And you wonder, is that going to raise the expectations for us? Do we have to perform to the standard of what they're expecting, or are you just going to go out there and put on your own show, or are you going to really raise the bar and kind of match what would effectively be a semi-professional or professional even expectation? Or are you going to go out and put on your own show and just enjoy it? What's your opinion?
I think it's a bit of both. Like, you just try your best. All you can do is your best. Like, we aren't professional actors or singers or anything, you know, like, we're all 16, 15-year-olds, and we're going to go out and have a good time, try our best, you know, and it's going to be fun, you know, so...
And like, the pressure is, like, you know, the little bit of pressure is also good, because people will perform, I feel, if they'll perform better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they know they have to, have to perform to a high standard.
Yeah, because it's no, like, Mickey Mouse, it's 600, maybe 700 people there, so they really need to...
Yeah, 600, 700 people there, and a lot more people watching content from this lip sync.
Yeah, exactly.
As a promo for Lip Sync Battles Ireland, who have done us a great favour in coming in, because they've really elevated the status of our lip sync and bringing it to that semi-professional level that I keep going on about. But in closing, I suppose, what are you individually really looking forward to about this lip sync? Is it the night? Is it your act? Is it the whole idea of it, the night, the rush, the excitement, the adrenaline? What is really appealing personally to each of you about going on stage on Wednesday night and really performing your act to 800 people and whatever excess, what's your personal highlight of all this, we'll say?
Well, my favourite thing about going on stage is the buzz before and just the excitement of everybody backstage, and kind of it's nerves and excitement at the same time.
Yeah, because you've been on stage before, you know what
Yeah.
you know what to expect from this. Like.
Yeah, and that's what I really like before the show.
Yeah, it's the anticipation.
Yeah, the anticipation. Yeah.
Evan, what about you?
I'm most looking forward to just kind of proving that I can, go on stage, show everyone what I'm made of, and that I'm able to, perform. And
yeah, I see where you're coming from, because there's a social expectation for a lot of us where people unfairly will class you into a social bracket where, they're outgoing, they're introverted, and they won't use those exact terms, but it's a chance to break out of that mold and really.
Yeah, people see in a different light.
And
they'll
that's
be like,
the good
I
thing
never
about
thought you had that in you, and
Yeah, that's the good thing about everyone having to get involved, because especially even I, like people who I thought were quiet.
Yeah.
I see them up dancing on their own, and
it's
good.
It's great to see.
Yeah, and because everyone has to get involved, there's no one who can sit back and kind of point fingers and
because they have to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, everyone's getting on stage and everyone's involved. Yeah, it's a very good point. And Faye, what about you?
I really I love everything about it, the whole idea of it. I can't wait, just because I've been raving on about it for the past few months to my all my family and everything. I just can't wait for them to see it, because they haven't been to a lip sync before, so they don't really have no idea. They're dancing on stage, what is this? But when they come and they sit down and they see it, I'm sure that they'll be impressed, and just kind of seeing everyone on stage, seeing what everyone has to offer, from all the hard work and practice that we've all put in for the past few weeks. Yeah,
it's a very good point. I know I'm looking forward exactly to the whole. Everyone makes a good point, actually. It's kind of, there's so many different aspects you can look forward to, which is a really good thing that you can say about something like this, and we haven't even done it yet, where you're looking forward to it that much. So that's probably a really good point for any schools looking at it to do it in the future. Yeah, so in conclusion, the Athlone Community College lip sync battle in the Radison Blu Hotel Athlone on Wednesday, the 12th of November. Doors open at 6:30 for the show at 7:30. Tickets are on sale for €10 through the community college, and you know what teachers to ask if you're in the college. And if you're external looking to get tickets, get in contact with the community college and we'll sort you out. So yeah, that about wraps it up. We have Faye from Candyman, Evan from Adele, and Katie also from Adele. Thanks for sharing your opinion on the lip sync. So
no problem.
Thank you.
We look forward to it. Thanks.
Yeah, we look forward to it, and hopefully we can do something like this afterwards and really reflect back on it, and what a good night it was. Okay, so thank you very much to the three of you. From me, it's goodbye for now.